Good morning, brothers and sisters. I hope you are doing well today. I have a dream I'm super excited to tell you guys about. It was funny because last night before I went to bed, I was like, oh, I'm probably gonna have a dream in the morning because I'm getting dreams every other day now. Not necessarily they're being interpreted, but this one was interpreted, and then he interpreted most of it, and then I had an additional interpretation after I was sitting and meditating a little bit as Keegan was listening to worship music beside me. But I'm going to go ahead and read this dream to you, and then I'll get in the interpretation. Okay. In this dream, I bought a trailer in a trailer park, and I knew it was in Mount Morris, Michigan. I bought it over the phone, so I didn't know what it looked like or how many bedrooms it had. I knew I needed three. In this dream, who was going to be living in this house was going to be me, Brielle, and Keegan. When I went to the trailer park to see it, I knew which one was mine because I had a pink shirt hanging off it, like a flag. It's so weird. A pink shirt. And it was this pink. It was this color pink. It was hanging off of it like a flag. That's how I knew it was mine. So I went looking for someone to try and let me in so I can see it. I wanted to see the inside of it. And when I went in, there was a man and a woman in there, and they were doing some repairs on it. And they kind of acted like they didn't really want me to go in there because they wanted to get these repairs done so that I could, live in it. But they didn't say that I couldn't. They let me go in there, and there was other people with me, but I do not know who any of these people were. I just knew they were friends with me, so I can't pick out any specific people. So we went in and looked. This was the best looking trailer on the inside that I've ever seen. And I knew when I walked in, it was like, okay, you walk in, here's the kitchen. And trailers look like they're very narrow. You pretty much look down a hallway, you look into a room, and then you look down a hallway, and you could see a little bit like doors or whatever down the hallway. It was kind of like that, but you went in, and the rooms were just beautiful and big, and there was like, they were fully furnished, like somebody had lived there before me and just left everything. So we were there for a little bit, then we left. When we left, it was dark outside, and it was like we went driving on the road. Whoever these people were with me went driving on the road, and it was muddy, and we got stuck. And I had to back the vehicle up, whatever I was driving. I had to back it up and turn around and go back. A little while later, I was able to go back to the house, and all the repairs and stuff were done. I went in and I realized still that even when they made the repairs and stuff to the house, they didn't clean the house out. Like everything was left for me. And so we were there, whoever, I was there with other people. I don't know who it was, but we were just hanging out. And two girls came in, and they got like, there was like a dresser by the door, which is weird because when I went back to the house, it was like set up different. Like the front door you walk in, it's a living room instead of like before you walk in, it was a kitchen. Unless maybe there's another door, I don't know. But they walked in the front door and they just grabbed a couple bags of chips out of this basket. And I looked on this basket and I realized whoever was living there before me, and I knew some reason in my mind it was a girl, and it was like all girl stuff that was there. But she was having a fundraiser, and she had this basket of chips in it. And there was this paper wrote on it. It said something about fundraiser, and it said the chips were 45 cents. And I asked these girls that came in and grabbed some chips, if I said, whoever was living here left these, do I need to do something with these? And they said no, and then they left. I decided to go outside because I was talking about getting satellite or cable for my house, but I didn't know my address. So I went outside and I was like asking around trying to figure out what my address was because my address wasn't on my house. I didn't know what my address was. And I was told that I had to wait for 2 or 3 days to know my address. So I would know my address in 2 or 3 days. But in my mind, I knew that my address was going to have a P.O. box. Like I knew there was going to be a P.O. box with my address. I was just told to wait for a few days. And then I'm pretty sure, I knew Hazel was in my dream, but I had two animals. I'm pretty sure it was Hazel and Truly. And they were outside with me walking around. This part, I'm going to read it. It wasn't interpreted. I don't know if I need an interpretation for it. I mean, it's just kind of straightforward. Then the scene changed, and I was in an apartment building. I heard a couple talking about once saved, always saved. Like one believed in it, one didn't. And it was a guy and a girl. I was fixing the rug outside my door. It was like, I don't know, I had some kind of, it was small. It was like a small little rug, square rug. And it said some kind of Christian print on it, some kind of like Bible something or whatever, Christian writing, I don't know. Whoever left it and moved out left it there, and I had it. So I was fixing it, and then somebody came up to me and asked me my opinion on once saved, always saved. And I said, I don't believe in once saved, always saved. I believe like with any relationship, it takes work. And I woke up. All right, interpretation. Broke down my dream, piece by piece. It shouldn't take long. Hopefully it don't take long. I'm only 5 minutes in, we're good. Okay, so dream breakdown. I got a trailer over the phone. I didn't know what it looked like or how many rooms were in it. And then my note underneath it. You're home in heaven. You don't know the details. You don't know how many rooms that you get in your mansion. You just know where it's going to be. You don't know any details about it until you get there. I knew I needed 3 bedrooms because I knew I needed one for me and then one for each of my kids. The number 3 means harmony of God's presence and of completeness. The number 3 is a number of eternal life. So there's that. When I drove by, there was a pink shirt hanging from it like a flag. When I looked up the meaning of pink in the Bible, a right relationship with God is what it said. I left the trailer and it was dark and went for a ride and got stuck and had to go back. I don't know that the Lord really interpreted it, but with my flesh, this is what I kind of seen, which kind of still don't make sense. So this is open for interpretation if somebody gets something. Outside represented the world, darkness, getting stuck in the ways of the world. I had to turn around and go back, which I didn't really understand it because I don't go in the world. I don't get stuck out in the world, so I don't know what that means. So, like I said, that's open for interpretation, or maybe that's not even important. Just kind of me knowing that the outside represented the world, and I had to turn around and go back. I don't know. I couldn't find my address. I had to wait for a few days. So could this possibly mean 2 or 3 days we're going to know our address in heaven? And I knew I would be getting a P.O. box along with, I would know my address, but I knew that I would have a P.O. box. And then in my dream, Truly and Hazel were in it. Truly was my cat. My cat died. He died a few months ago. The Lord just took him, I guess. I don't know what happened. Well, back in September or October, when the Lord had talked to me about the escape, I asked him if he would take my animals too, because nobody comes out here to check on us. We don't really have any family or friends or anything that would really care if we went missing. And so I asked the Lord if he would take my animals so that they didn't starve to death. And he took Truly 2.5, 3 months ago, and had showed me that he's already waiting for me in heaven. So when I was done interpreting this, the Lord gave me more. He said the P.O. box, that P.O. box, your P.O. box is at the post office. He said when you're in heaven and people want to communicate to us, they won't come directly to your home, but to the postmaster, to God. Say we're gone and somebody wants to talk to us. They're going to be able to, talk to us. They'll be sitting at their table like I am and just say, so-and-so, I just miss you so much. I can't wait to see you, or I hope that you're okay. Those messages aren't going to go to our homes directly. They're going to go to God. And so, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we'll get those messages or not, but this is what he gave me, that the post office, if people want to communicate with us, they're going to go to the postmaster, to God. They're not going to come to our homes, so that's what he gave me on that. So with this kind of goes with my other dream too, where I had asked if we are going to be leaving in May, and I had my ticket for Friday. So hopefully this Friday we're going. I just ask that you pray for me. I'm having a little bit of a hard time. I come on here and I'm just so thankful for my YouTube community. Brothers and sisters in Christ, you guys are amazing. If it wasn't for you guys, I have no communication. I would have no communication with the outside world. It would just be me and the Lord. And the Lord created us for fellowship, and it's just nice to be able to get on here and have fellowship with other brothers and sisters who are so excited to go home. I shared what the Lord had shared with me yesterday and the day before with my husband. We were talking about it. I talked to him on the phone about it and stuff. And, you know, he got some things yesterday in the mail to, like, do tomatoes, like when tomatoes come up and stuff. And I said, oh, well, I don't think we'll be needing that. And he takes it as, he says he's ready to go, but he takes it as I was talking negative. So with that statement, you and I who are excited to go, you know, I'm sure a lot of us think, well, we're probably not going to be doing that because we're going to be going home, like, excited. Like, I don't want to do that. I just want to go home. Where in my husband's mind, he thinks that he's ready to go. But when I talk about, hopefully we don't need to do that, or we're not going to have time to do that, he says I'm talking negative. So he's not, he's definitely not on the same page. So please pray for me, and I will pray for you if you're needing it. You can always put it down in the description, or I can put my email address down in the description, and you can email me. But I'm going to go because it's late in the morning. I haven't been in the Word yet because we did worship music, and I wrote my dream down, then I had it interpreted, then I'm making this video for you guys so you guys can have some excitement and be watching, waiting, and excited about the day coming. So stay in the faith. Go get in your prayer closet. Spend some time with the Lord today, because it is your relationship with Jesus that is extremely important. And you don't want to miss anything that he has to say, especially during these times and during these days. There's so much going on. There's so many false prophets in the world. And as I always say, take everything to prayer that I ever say to you, and be in the presence of the Lord. But until then, I love every one of you. I will see you soon. Bye-bye for now.